Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. Mike Williams here with another Week 10 game preview. And today we're going to be going over the Seahawks versus the 49ers. Let's get it started. The over-under for this game is 47 points. The spread is negative 6.5. San Francisco, I am definitely taking that spread. Seahawks are not losing by a touchdown. So let's get started with the Seahawks since they got disrespected. Russell Wilson has been a monster this year. Second in fantasy points at 25 a game. Love it. You're going to start him. I know that the 49ers are the best defense in the league, but we just saw Kyler Murray drop plenty of points against him, and Russell Wilson is the improved version of Kyler Murray, basically. So I think that he should be fine. I'm not worried about the 49ers. I know that they're going to be great. That's why I still have Russell Wilson, in my top 10. I just don't have him in a top 3 like he was when he played the Bucs, but I still have him on a top 10. He's a beast. Tyler Lockett is also an absolute monster. My man had 40 points last game. I know it was against the Bucs, and I know that the Bucs give up the second most points against a wide receiver, but 40 points is 40 points. My man is a beast. And I think that the 49ers they have a fantastic defense. Only allowing the fourth fewest points to the wide receiver position at 17.9, but Tyler Lockett's fast. He's going to get behind their defense. Richard Sherman is still good, but it's hard to guard Tyler Lockett. So I got Tyler Lockett in this game as a wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2. Unfortunately, DK Metcalf, I actually think is going to have his targets eaten into a little bit by Josh Gordon. Not a lot, but definitely eaten into. He had 9 targets last game. I think that actually goes down to somewhere in the 7 range. I still think he's a viable start most weeks. This week, I have him as a fringe flex play, especially because I'm not sure what Josh Gordon's going to do when he gets back or when he starts. He's going to play this week. Hopefully. Chris Carson is a beast. He's also been playing pretty well. Unfortunately, he's going against the 49ers, who are the third best against the running back position. I do like Chris Carson, though. He's on the field 72% of the time. That's the 7th most in the league. You got to love that. I think that Chris Carson's a beast, and you're starting him no matter what. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for the Seahawks. I'm not really starting anybody else on purpose if I don't have to. Let's go to the 49ers. All right, Jimmy GQ finally had himself an amazing game. Yes, Arizona is terrible against the quarterback there. They allow the second most in the league. But 36 is 36. 317 yards. My man had how many touchdowns? 4 touchdowns. Jimmy GQ played a great game. Seahawks allow the 11th most fantasy points to quarterbacks at about 20. I think that Jimmy GQ has a fine game. I have him as a high-end quarterback 2 this week. So if you need somebody, I think he's a solid play. Emmanuel Sanders has been playing fantastic ever since he got to the 49ers. Love him. The Seahawks are decent against the wide receiver, but I still think that Emmanuel Sanders is going to be the leader in this offense. And if that's the case, I have him playing pretty well. So I have him as a wide receiver 2. I'm not starting any of the other wide receivers, though. You're obviously starting, I was about to say George Kittle, but I don't know if George Kittle is going to play. Monitor George Kittle. If he doesn't play, obviously do not play him. Tevin Coleman, on the other hand, who I wanted to talk about, starting running back, very, very good. He had a very down game last game. 5 fantasy points. Game before that, he had 37, though, 4 touchdowns. Absolutely insane. Let me see the touchdowns. One right there. Yeah, he had 3 rushing and 1 receiving touchdown. Played fantastic. He's on the field 47% of the time. That's the 34th. That's probably because Matt Breida is coming in and taking some of the touches. Matt Breida is also fantastic. I like Matt Breida as a flex play, and I like Tevin Coleman as a running back too. George Kittle, I already said, if he plays, you start him. And the 49ers defense, I am not trying to start against the Seattle Seahawks because Russell Wilson is terrifying for defenses. And that's going to do it. If you have any questions, don't forget to hit me up. Like and subscribe to the video. Check out my social media down below. I have videos on all the game previews every week, as well as I just dropped a guide of how to make a trade. It's called The Art of Trade. Let me know if you have any questions on that. And Mike Williams, Fantasy Bay. I'm out.